Hey everyone. I get this funny question in workshops a lot where people say, "Oh my God, all the good shapes are taken," or how do you come up with all these different shapes? And there's triangles and squares, but there's all these other ones, and how do you think of them and all that? And it's always a funny question for me because there's so many shapes just out and about. So the answer, the first answer really is just pay attention. Just, when you're walking to work or whatever, look at all the leaves, look at the acorns, look at, just become aware of the shapes that are out there and collect them, right? Get that little book, trace things and glue them into a book and start working with them. So new shapes sort of are found, but really they're grown, they're developed, they're created out of other things you're doing. And so you kind of cultivate them within yourself. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So right here, I just divided this. I've got, I don't know, 20 squares. And if I put a shape here, let's start with something easy, a triangle. And this is a really fun exercise to do. So that's a triangle. Let me get a smaller brush. Okay. Now, looking at this, which I kind of like, how can I do something here that's kind of like this, but kind of different? So I can do this, right? That's different. That's just taking the same thing upside down, right? And I'm not filling it in. So that's pretty different. And so now I can do one that's, these are all kind of like triangular, right? And I can take that edge and I can blur it. I'm making this by looking at that. So now let's go over here and I can do this. It's sort of a triangle, but it's sort of like a rounded triangle, right? Like, look at the variety of things. Now I can do this in this square. And now I've got another. All these are so different. Now I can do, and so what's happening when you start doing this is that the ideas start coming fast and furious. You would never think of these necessarily just sitting in your bed. Like, you got to be making something. You got to be looking at something to spin off of it, right? Like, what can I do? Like, I can repeat this. Like, this is a shape. Now I can go again down here. I can take that same idea, and I'm just making this stuff up sitting here, but I'm getting the ideas, I'm growing these ideas from what I'm working on, which is, this is a long-winded way of explaining that that's how you come up with stuff. You cultivate it. You cultivate it by making it part of your practice, to play around with this. I mean, I'm still on triangles here. There's so many varieties of things you can do. And notice how cool they look together. Like, this is not a piece of art really, but if I did a whole painting like this, we can't help notice the differences between things. And it starts to become, if we start changing the colors behind these, it'd be pretty interesting. So, and look, I haven't even, I can't believe I haven't even done this, which I love this shape. It's two triangles put together. Like just this, and this, and this, and this, and this. These are tons for you to play around with. Right? Like just that. Look how exciting that looks compared to all these other things. This is a really great game to play with yourself, to come up with all kinds of varieties. So you get where I'm going with this, right? This is the answers are not evident until you start putting stuff down and start doing it and start going and riffing off of one thing. Now, you know, I haven't even gotten into like round shapes yet, you know, it's a whole thing. It's almost too much. It's not that you can't think of cool shapes. It's like, how do you stop? You know, how do you stop once you can't kind of get going on this? There's so many. You could just fill your canvas and come up with so many. So anyway, that's just a cool thing to realize that they're all waiting for you. You just have to cultivate them. You have to start, look at what you like, do more, and riff off of it. Anyway, thanks for being here. And for those of you who are struggling with this shape thing, let us know how you've come up with some solutions. How do you gather shapes? How do you think about this? Does this idea resonate with you? Let us know in the comments. And for those of you who are new here, we have a free Art to Life Artists Facebook group. Lots of folks in there. It's amazing. Everyone's welcome. Thanks for being here. I hope your Sunday is awesome. Okay, bye. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.